I have not done this before, so I'm going to try it. Somebody said, I said to myself, why don't you write a play? And then I started. It didn't work out very well. But I walk out on stage and I go, an interesting thing happens. Mr. Blinken, didn't this happen? Answer, that is an outrageous accusation. We would never allow that to happen. You know this. We are the good people. Yes, Mr. Blinken, of course, but there is this footage of this man being killed by a drone. Answer, well, he is carrying a gun. No, sir, no gun. It is a phone. Answer, well, he is Hamas. No, sir, he was a baker going to his blown-up bakery. Answer, well, this is war. We are the good people. Sorry, sir, I don't believe that anymore. Answer, well, smirk. Everybody knows we are the good people. Then looking at the script, are you not prepared to condemn Hamas? That is all. You are suggesting we are not the good people? No, sir, I am suggesting you are not the only good people. Are you not prepared to condemn Hamas? That sphinxy riddle. Okay, yes, I condemn Hamas for atrocities, killing and murdering and raping. If you read the New York Times, will you condemn Israel? Answer, no, Israel is just defending itself. Snort. What would you do? Me? I would condemn myself. Pause. And survive. Stop all this weeping, swallow your pride. You will not die. It's not poison, but I guess it is poison to confess you are just like me. Intolerable. The Blinken brow furrows. Tears well of rage or frustration? No, it is a hemorrhage. It is almost impossible for this so-called man to consider anything he believes or does is not good. I heard this a lot after October the 9th when the rage and swearing and cussing and human animalizing had got up its head of steam. We don't do that. I must be hellspawn then. In my reality, we all do all of it. It is the cleverest of clever. My belief in an all-knowing but mortally narcissistic deity exonerates me from, delivers me from evil. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. We have no agency. We are unaccountable. We don't do that. Lead us and deliver us. There's no point to the sermonizing, all the sermonizing, if one imagines they do but we don't. This is a call to eternal war. It is what people who claim they are peaceful, that their God is peaceful, a peaceful one, that it is the other side who caused the war. They will always be defending themselves. We all have the right to defend ourselves, okay? And if defending yourself means committing genocide, you have the right to commit genocide. Just admit it. Stop being fatally Blinken or American, whose case is incurable. Good peoplehood has been so effortfully woven into their psyches they are beyond reach. The Blinken syndrome is the fatal one, the last, the hopeless one. War is what we do. We vent our musty superfluity. Since Gilgamesh, we have cleaved to the gods and values of war. Netanyahu has never felt so alive because it is so horrible, dying horribly and prematurely. We make another world behind walls, perhaps too constrained and passive and repressed. We call this wall peace. We have come so far that the drone controller in Oklahoma is a good God-fearing fellow, but the stabber of Roman citizens is a terrorist. There is a strange God that allows that twist of the wrist. I watched a gentleman in Moscow, Ewan McGregor, never better, plays a charming aristocrat brought to his knees by the early communists. The commies are faceless, cold and brutal, as none there as the Somalis in Black Hawk Down. We are all charming aristocrats. It is a fun watch, but first, any Chekhov points out not all aristos are gay and K-free, and second, their lives rely on masses of the masses living like animals. Their story is seldom told. I'm trying to think of the story of these people. Zola? Who? Ah. We are invested in this, our desperate charmingness, our makeup and surgeries, while peasants just as gifted wait outside our walls and die, never realized nor heard. When I was 9 in Trinidad, I was crazy to ride horses. My dad arranged for me to ride one at a nearby estate. My teacher was a very black man, Rupert. We rode out along one of the sugar cane traces, brutal gravel. I did something wrong and my horse bolted. I clung on and Rupert rode me down, grabbed the reins and dragged the furious animal to a stop, or the horse dragged him over the gravel. He brought me home, drove me home to my home in a compound with barbed wire all around it. He was covered in his own blood, which he tried to hide. He brought me upstairs. The house of the Whites were on stilts, elevated, and placed me in my father's arms. I had a little cry, then remembered this heroic Rupert, and I turned to tell the story, and he was gone. He had saved me, perhaps my life. I told the story. My father was a compassionate man and called Rupert's boss to set the record straight. I don't know what happened after, but I know what happened before. And the whole civilization will blame Rupert for something. I did see him again. I asked to. He was healing and laughing, releasing a huge tension. I told him what I thought. I was precocious. And he just covered his eyes with a bruised hand a minute. Too much. I still hope I did enough that day, but it will never be enough.